Attorney at law Bert Samuels is arguing for religious freedom for Obeah. Listen to this clip and let me know what you think in the comment section below.
Wolande mouta masi. Nobody runs so fast, man. People don't understand what go on, what I go on. Then bring up the topic of Obeah. Obeah, remember good no man? A Jamaicans that have Obeah, you know, people. Like it's a very, very bad thing, a vile thing, a disgusting thing, a demonic evil thing. But where did Obeah originated? Where did Voodoo originated? You know, you have to really stop and think about it. Our black people, them look down upon Obeah. Them look down upon this whole voodoo thing. And regardless if you're pro or against it, you know, I just want y'all to remember that this is our history. Black people, African history. You understand? Our descendants practice voodoo and Obeah and them thing there. You see me? And the connotation, you know, that is on it today wasn't the way it was back in the day before our people were taken from Africa and brought to, you know, Americas and other places across the... More time when the average black person speak, them don't really stop and think about the reality. A lot of them are Christians and them worship the white Jesus, the white God and this and that. Where did they get this whole belief system, the Christianity, where did they get it from? It was given to us by our slave masters. Well, I should say the slave masters of our ancestors that were enslaved. You see me, I say people, I want to stop and think about it because we're going to get into it. You see me? Watch you know.
A lot of people feel that Haiti is poor because of voodoo, not because the French, you know, are parasites on their economy. And they have to pay reparations every year. Up to about 5 years ago, they were paying the French. So the African spirituality is totally, you know, demonized. And there are evangelists that you and I know who will tell you, come for prayers, healing, and they mean that they have supernatural powers they acquired from their deity and do it. So when you look at it, Obeah is resembling all the other belief systems. Look at, they talk about instruments of Obeah. If they go and find a cup with wine in it, and I have to say, with the black man's house, because it's a black person crime. We can't get away from that.
Watch you know, people. I am not a fan of Bert Samuels. A matter of fact, I am not a fan of lawyers. Hopefully one day I don't need a defense attorney. But you see them, me not rate them, me not trust them. Them are next to demon, if not demons. You understand me? Because they work to get some of the most vile people off, and them know say them guilty, but them no, that's not a part of their, you know, job title. Them not judge people, it's not their job. And when them get client or they take a case, whether or not the person is innocent or guilty, they're gonna do their jobs to the best of their ability to try and get the person off. After all, they're being paid oftentimes to free guilty people, and that is a certified fact. You see me? So when me pray the thing, me not too like the whole liar thing. Me not like them cause them are evil as far as I see it. However, Bert Samuels has speak truth, a lot of truth. A lot of truth is being spoken, and people might take it lightly because our people are demonized. And the crazy part of it, like even in Haiti with the whole voodoo thing, it was used against, you know, the colonizers. It was used as a weapon against the colonizers. So they demonize voodoo because, you know, black people, the Asians, them would have dress up and paint up and bury themselves and go on with a bag of things like them immortal, them can't dead, them and raise up from the dead and also the same thing for come back and haunt the white people, them, the Spanish people, them, you don't know, the conquerors, so to speak. So what happened was, they were afraid. The conquerors were afraid of voodoo, so they demonized it. They outlawed it. You see me? So through freedom propaganda, to this day, our own black people, them look down upon voodoo and Obeah like are the worst of the worst. Not knowing, not thinking about the fact that the whole evil and demonic, you know, like the connection to it, it came from us, our people fighting against the conquerors, fighting for freedom, fighting against oppression. And they use voodoo and Obeah as a way. Not saying that you don't have people using these things. Like literally, the Bible can be used for good, it can be used for evil. A knife can be used to peel fruits, cut up meat for cooking and stuff like that, right? However, it can be used to cut off a person's head, murder people. So at the same time, you have to stop and think about it. The weapon itself is not the thing that's doing it, it's who is wielding it. You understand me? A gun don't just get up and go kill people, or people use gun to kill people, so on and so forth. So you have to think about these things. So the spiritual belief system that is tied to voodoo, or tied to voodoo, or wushu, or woodon, or any one of these things, even if I'm not saying it properly, you get the point, right? People might demonize these faiths or beliefs or a belief system, but the truth is it's descended from our people. It's a part of our legacy, not Christianity, not Muslim, not Buddha, not all of these things that people may gravitate to. It's not of our, origins. However, we have been conquered. We're conquered people. So we have a religion that was given to us by the slave masters. And we look down on our original religions or belief system.
The Catholics have a chalice in which they put their wine and they sip it from it. They have, vessels swinging with smoke emitting from it. And that's part of their religious ritual. Mm-hmm. Now, that is an instrument of Obeah. It is a black man with his head wrapped, swinging it in his house. Isn't it?
Yes.
That's what we do. So it is an ethnic discrimination. It is self-hate. It is anti-African Jamaican. And 96% of us are from that origin. And that is why I may sound a little emotional. I'm Christian belief, but I don't think that, like Saul, I should go and persecute any other religious groups. And after his conversion, he confessed that he was doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Stick a pin, stick several pins. I have a question for the audience right now. I know it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. But I have a question for you listeners. Are you thankful? Are you thankful for slavery? Are you as a black person thankful for what our ancestors went through? Do you hate the white man? Do you really and truly hate the white man? Are you grateful to the white man? I'm just asking, it's a very serious question. As I said, it's going to ruffle feathers because people are going to look at it the wrong way. But stop for a second, because reality is reality, and I'm not afraid of tackling, the toughest of conversations. So hold on there for a second. Y'all tell me, say, when me listen to our black people, all people, them get up every day. Jesus, you're my everything. God, you're my everything. God, I love you. Jesus, I love you. I love you, Jesus, I love you. Jesus, I give it to you all, Jesus. Jesus, I thank you for breathing, Jesus. You woke me up today, Jesus. Oh, Lord, God Almighty. God, thank you. I praise me. I fall on my knees today. And I'm like, hold on. If the religion itself, Christianity, was given to you by the slave master, interesting. So when you say you love God, what God? When you fall to your knees and you pray, who are you praying to? I'm just asking, because the last time I checked, the slave masters, they were the ones who spoon-fed our people religions, right? So when we think about Christianity, or the word Catholic faith in general, it's rough. It's rough knowing that I myself grew up in a Christian home. I'm Pentecostal, right? Protestant at the end of the day. But the crazy part about it, I believe in God, but it was given to me by white people. And I have spent my entire life believing in God and worshiping God and praying day in, day out, to the point where it's like, even though I know it was given to us by the white man, I'm still worshiping God. True Christianity, people, are the Christian belief, the Bible, Think about it. One might say, but we not talk about no white God, and we not talk about that the God there and this and that. Yes, them say this in the Bible and this and that, but at the end of the day, I know that the Jesus there, and Jesus was a black man and the year of wool and this and that. And I'm like, listen to me. At the end of the day, whatever you want to say, it was given to us by the white man. You understand? To subjugate us, to control our ancestors and keep them docile. We know the ball game. We understand, read the scriptures, and we get it. Like crazy things in there to keep us docile. You see me?
We believe that there's freedom of religion. We should allow Rastafarians to do what they want to do. Even the ganja laws, we had to recognize that it's used as a sacrament, and therefore the Rastafarian in his worship can use an amount that otherwise would be illegal.
Yes.
So we are growing, but it is horrible that we are doing this. The man down in Montego Bay, and this is what sparked this action, the man down in Montego Bay who was sentenced by the judge referred him to the Bible. So she was imposing on him, her religious beliefs. And then from what I'm hearing, she told him to get over-the-counter drugs to look about his condition. So she was dispensing a substance to help him, and she was dispensing the Bible to help him.
Yeah.
It's a reverse. It's a reverse of what he's accused of doing.
Well, you said them need to free up the Obeah. When you get voting in the comment section below. To free up the Obeah or not to free up the Obeah?
Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. But the reaction of Mouta Masi really threw me for a loop, because Mouta Masi said free up the Obeah, get voting and whatever. It sounded a bit sarcastic and stuff. But me I say, she feels a joke thing. She feels that this thing is a joke thing, like, oh, free up the Obeah, kiki. Like, you know, Christianity is the all you can be for us. And I'm like, interesting. Or you're literally demonizing our ancestors. Whether they believe in voodoo or Obeah, are the same thing, you know, people. Nothing really different, you know. Are just spiritual beliefs, you know, people. Watch I know. Let me read a bit about voodoo and then a bit about Obeah. I'm going to show you what go on and what go on. Voodoo, also known as Vadu or Voodoo, originated in the West African kingdom of Dahomey, also known as Benin. It's a syncretic religion, blending West African animism and ancestral worship with elements of Roman Catholicism, particularly in Haiti. The word voodoo itself comes from the Fon language of Benin, which means spirit or divine spirit. Voodoo's core belief stems from animism, the belief that all things, including objects and natural phenomena, have spirits. It also emphasizes ancestor worship, honoring the spirits of deceased family members. The Voodoo pantheon. The various spirits or deities of Voodoo are known as the Lawa. These Lawa are believed to be intermediaries between the human world and the supreme creator, Bandai. Spread to the Americas. During the Atlantic slave trade, many Africans were forcefully taken to the Americas, including Haiti. Blended traditions. In the new environment, Africans from different regions and ethnic groups maintained their traditions, often incorporating them with Catholicism and other African practices. Simply put, ladies and gentlemen, it's just an African religion. An African religion or belief system. Yes, wagwan pamwatagwan. That is what voodoo is. And it's no different from Obeah. Obeah are the same thing, people. Meds wagwan pamwatagwan, right? Obeah. Obeah. Spooky. A term encompassing African spiritual practices, particularly in the Caribbean, as complex origins. While often associated with the Ashanti and the Twi-speaking people of the Gold Coast, it's now generally accepted that Obeah emerged from among the Ibu people of the Bight of Biafra in Nigeria. Enslaved Africans brought their beliefs and practices to the Caribbean during the transatlantic slave trade, where they were often practiced in secret due to their association with resistance and rebellion. I mean, people, need I say more? Need I explain more? I'm just giving a bit of overview so you can see what go on and what I go on. Ask the AI can talk. You know what I say, people? You can do your research, and I'm sure a lot of y'all watching right now know a lot more than me about our ancestry when it comes to voodoo and Obeah and stuff like that. My point is to say that the white man gave us Christianity, and a lot of us is on bending knees crying every day, Jesus, God, and blase blase, while simultaneously demonizing voodoo, demonizing Obeah. That's a part of our lineage. It's crazy. Not saying that all the things that's in our lineage need to be good and have to be the best or whatever. At the end of the day, I know the negativity. I know the negative connotation to Obeah and voodoo, but a lot of it has to do with resistance and rebellion and the connotation that the white man put upon it that still exists to this day. To this day, it's still a part of this whole oppression where they're looking at black people like we can't do this and we can't do that. Stop and think about the whole Christian practice of sacrament and the body of Christ. So the biscuit or the bread or whatever represents Jesus, the flesh and whatever. And then, the wine represents drinking the blood. So them might drink the blood of Jesus and I eat the body of Jesus. I mean, come on, people. It's sacrilegious. But they would say it's the opposite. It's worshiping. But then I'm like, that's cannibalism. But then again, I'm like, yo, do you? All right, just know that it sounds more like some demonic ritual that's going on, But I bet you the Catholics, them don't look on it like that. Them not say, them I eat the body and I drink the blood. Does that sound normal? Does that sound normal to you? Like, that sound logical? That sound like, yo, that sound crazy, off the wall, insane. If it wasn't coming from religion that is passed down generation to generation, we would not be having none of that. We would have been like, what? You're eating the flesh and drinking the blood? That sound crazy. That sound out of this world. In the comments, people, I want to know no opinion. Your perspective, I want to know what you have to say. Break it down for me. Cause at the end of the day, do you think that freedom of religion should be a thing, or should certain things be limited? You think the Poker Church for you go on, the Obeah Church and the Baphomet Church? Do you truly believe in freedom of religion? Do you truly believe that people should worship who they want to worship, what they want to worship? It doesn't mean it has to be what you believe in or you believe is real or you worship. You don't have to agree with someone who said Jesus and them everything. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say Baphomet to everything, likewise, you know what I'm saying, that is on you. But if it's a judgment day situation and burn hell situation like they told us, I'm like, yeah, you on your own. You know what I'm saying? That's different. But ladies and gentlemen, trust me, Obeah, voodoo, those things are a part of our heritage and we're demonized for it. Now imagine this, me not partaking of the Obeah and them thing there. I understand that, there's stones and, chemicals that you put together that have reaction and stuff like that, and certain things give off certain things and can be used to cure people or, help with ailments and whatever. Many things have properties. Literally all elements have properties. It's how you use it. You understand me, people? What do I mean by that? Think about it, right? Growing up in Jamaica, me hear say soursop leaf good for you. For make tea, for put on your skin, for this, for that. Basically, the soursop tree, the sap, the leaf, the fruit, everything have amazing properties. And imagine living in America and hearing them talk about the properties like, yo, wait, this is something. I thought Granny was just making up certain things. When Granny, I thought about the busy tea and, the cerasee and stuff like that. And I'm like, ew, get the ice cement. We throwing the cerasee into the corner. Bitters, none of that. You see me? But at the end of the day, I come to understand that when the spiritual leader cook up the things, then put some elements, some chemicals and some things together, right? and then do what him do. And it can ward off evil, it can bring luck and all of that. Everything, people, can be explained science-wise. Because back in the days, think about it, 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago, right? Go back in them time there. Imagine if the people them saw a cell phone and certain things that we have right now at our disposal. They would think it's some alien movie. They would think it's some futuristic George Jetson. I mean, think about it. We don't reach Jetson level yet. We don't reach the flying cars and them thing there yet. You understand me? But at the end of the day, people, we're living in a wild, wild world. Crazy, crazy possibility of things out there. You understand? Where you no know, you no know. You overs me. Them can't put two chemicals together. Can't make you burn up. You see me, I say two harmless chemicals come together and create something deadly. You understand? So if you imagine, alright, look at it like this. You have gunpowder. Imagine the person who discover gunpowder and know what gunpowder can do and how to utilize it and strike the matches or, get something hot or whatever the case is, and you can cause a detonation. More time people are taught, them just don't understand. Once you know, you know, you see me? If you were the type of person that didn't know how the TV or the phone and them thing that operate, it would be foreign to you. But you know right now, and a matter of fact with the kids them nowadays, it's like it's passed down in their DNA. It's coded, it's written. So them born and them know how to hold the phone, them know how to operate the phone, the devices there. And I'm like, damn, they know everything, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it's written in their DNA, passed down from the parents and stuff like that. So automatically the stuff we've acquired, the knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that, we're passing on to the kids them. They might not exude it, they might not show it. However, it's there subconsciously. Sometimes if you don't water the tree can die out in no time. You understand? So if you have the kind of pitney way or the type of person where now actually foster the good, then the bad I go take over. You know what I say? Yeah. As me say, people, anything is possible. So a lot of people only think of it like, extraterrestrial or other dimension or ghosts and stuff like that. Them not really realize, watch out, man, there are people who experiment with certain things and figure out the chemicals them and the reaction them. If you put this and this together, you get this. You understand? You have oxygen and nitrogen and this and that and ray, cook up with this and cook up with that. And come on, water, people, H2O, just think about that. You know what I'm saying? Elements come in, certain things come together, get you certain things. So if a person know what them can put together to get certain reaction, then obviously that's power, that's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I watched this Netflix series, I think it's called Dr. Stone. And it's crazy. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but it's an anime or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? It is interesting. Very good story. Stone Age settings. You see me? Something you may wanna take a watch. If you have watched it, if you rate yeah, Dr. Stone, drop a comment, people. Share your views on that too. I'm now going to stretch out that video. I'm going to make it a standalone topic and thing on thing. It might not get many views because them kind of topic can really draw a lot of eyes and ears or whatever, but I want to share it with you. I do believe, yes, in our society right now, the Obeah thing look how we with the scammer them. You see me, I say, big up my science, man, when me have done a centi. Millions of American the diplomat, them living wealthy. Science, the client with the name that me have in a Pepsi. You see me, them kind of something there. Man, I talk about, hey, back in the days when me a growing up, man, I sing song like, yo, a two fall of me yard, one a cock and one a hen, buddy caca. Nowadays, people, too drunk up on the house top, people. You see the difference? You see the difference? A too drunk man up on them house top on them thing there. Man, I talk about scamming and dopey and assassin. Back in the days where your man just sing some song, old dog, like, well, boy, the youths them nowadays, them vile, them off the wagon, them crazy. But that still, people. I'm out, captain of the vulture squad. I came, I saw, I vultured that.